take the lead with 4.5 minutes to go.
England now are going to bring on the entire cavalry. I think that is every single replacement they've got. I can't count that fast. There's so many players who are coming on now. But Simon Middleton wants to shake up this game.
It's rolling the dice. It's saying this isn't working so far. I mean, England must have had, I can't even imagine how many phases that they played, and to not get over and to get a score is credit to French defence, and then just pinning them back, making them turn. But yeah, ball in play time, ridiculous, really, really exciting stuff there, and great to see the bench running on now.
Right, I've just done a very quick little bit of counting. That is the whole bench for England just before 60 minutes. All 8 replacements are on the field now.
Risky as well, though, in case there's an injury. I mean, that's a big, big risk. You normally hold at least one player back as a just in case. I
don't think I've ever seen that in international rugby, as Amy Cockayne throws her first line out. You can see there Sarah Backett over the top of the ball. The Harlequins player comes back to Roland. She's on the field now. She made her debut at fly half in a starting shirt. That was her second cap last week, but her first start out to the far side. There's Izar. And you just see a flash there of Emily Scarrett, World Player of the Year. And with Katie Daly-McLean coming off the field of play, Emily Scarrett is captain. There goes Talling. Hunt then getting the ball back and away to Roland. She kicks down the field. Waiting is Tremoulier. Comes to Barnet. Just feel that there's a little bit more spark from both sides now as Dow tracks down Barnet. Not a lot of French players there at the moment. The ball is just there. Bouloutoul has to get it away and Ménager takes it forward. Sansus. She releases on that far side, but the mark is called straight away as Roland just scans the horizon.
It's such a big call, emptying the entire bench. I definitely agree. Something needed shaking up. I love seeing Roland on at 10, just seeing what she can do, because France don't know anything about her really other than what they saw last week. So just that mix-up, and you can see the intensity, and someone like Packer coming on as well. She is only going to lift that team because she is just pumped and ready to go.
Couple of changes then for France, both the props coming off in the form of Dessay and Bernardou, coming on now Maëlys Traore and Clara Joyeux. Roland down this near side touch. Well, it's from a mark, so it's still a French line out. You see there Katie Daly-McLean. Must once again congratulate her on her 116th cap. Third most capped England player of all time, male or female. Above her in the list, one Rochelle Clark, and also someone who is sat in our studio, Sarah Hansel. Taken in the air then by the captain Hermé. This really is a cracking arm wrestle between these two sides. Just that added spice now of that World Cup draw. France haven't beaten England since 2018. They haven't won on English soil since 2015, right here at Twickenham. Here's Kill Dunn. She's got a bit of space on the ball. Claudia McDonald's with her, and she's going to have to chase that one down. Drouin tracked that very well. Oh, slight mistake there by Drouin, but they do have the penalty to come back for.
Yeah, I think it was great kind of vision to go, okay, there is space in there, but yeah, she just put a tiny bit too much on it.
Well, here's another little bit of a firepower in the form of Pauline Bourdon. She comes on, and that's the end of the day for Laure Sansus, who makes her way off. She's not had a bad game at all, Laure Sansus, but she has been slightly quietened in this second half.
England have obviously targeted her. They know what she can do. She's got good footwork. She can go round. So that has quieted her down a little bit, but she's still had a good impact on the game.
Ball goes in, taken by Ferrer. Ndai manages to snuffle that one in her shoulder, passes it along the line to Sosha. She's bound on nicely. It's at the back now for Bourdon. She's off and away. Good running line coming in there by Ulatou. Bourdon again. This is looking good from the French. Izard almost second guesses herself then as Hermé has to take forward. Bourdon finds some fresh legs in the form of Joyot. Joyot still going. She has been put down and France are close now. Comes to Ndai and it's going to be a second try for Barnet, who goes down in the corner, and France, they are on fire.
They are so on fire. They're just lifting each other up, and the determination from this team. I love seeing a French team turn up. I thought possibly they're getting a tiny bit too flat and they're edging it, but actually it worked perfectly. England defence going to have a word with themselves. They've got to get lower there. Got to get low. Great hands by Ndai, and then what a beautiful finish.
Cyril Barnet there. A second try of the match. It's been a pretty good afternoon so far as we wait for Drouin to line up the conversion. Well, you have to say Drouin has struggled with the kicks out on the edges of the field. And if Drouin had maybe that little bit more firepower from the edges, it would be quite scary at what this scoreline would be.
Extremely convincing, and like you said, they haven't done it in an English soil, and so to turn up and do this and still have the confidence.
Kildun. Bourdon. So happy running with the ball. Nice take there by Harrison. Here comes Hunt. Nice popped off ball. Hunt there, just trying to make a decision of which way to go. Kildun is there, who does eventually manage to get away. Here comes Packer and Laura Keats. Hunt again. Millar-Mills. With the scoreline as it is, England won't want to start forcing things. Patience will be key. But France's defence in this second half has been pretty good. Hunt to Millar-Mills. Scarrett. Near side to Dow. Oh, there's a little bit of a scuffle still going on in the middle of the field. Well, the ball's gone out of play on the near side, and I think they are going to go and review something with the television match official. And you might just see in the distance behind those posts at the back, it is just worth mentioning that there's around 450 club and community shirts that have been laid out by the Rugby Football Union. That really is their way of representing all of the clubs and the fans that can't be here at Twickenham today. It's all about show your shirt. And with everything that's going on with lockdown too, it's a really nice touch. I know you're at Chesham Stags as a coach, Kat Merchant, and it would mean a lot to all those clubs to see their shirt today.
I think so. I think rugby is such an important sport, and you know, fans are a huge part of it. So to be able to put your shirts out there, and you know, community rugby, it's hard at the minute. It's very hard, and I think to rally together and make sure we come through this together is massive. So a lovely display, I think, with the shirts.
We're thinking of you all. Don't think Kat and I take for granted at all that we get to be here at Twickenham today. We wish you were all here as well. Back to the rugby then. Sosha. Bourdon. Ménager. Bourdon. Drouin. Numbers outside her. That's loose. Well, looks like Mian's having had a lot of treatment to her fingers, needs to go and play a bit of scrum half.
Yeah, ball is available. Leave it.
Goes back in the end to Tremoulier. She put a nice big pump on that one. Kildun sends it back. Bourdon is waiting. Tremoulier nicely tracked down there by Down. That's a loose ball. This is not good from the French. They're under huge pressure here. They've brought it all on themselves. Out on the far side of the field. That is great defence by England.
Excellent defence, excellent pressure by England, and that's something Tremoulier is kind of known for. She's very hit and miss. She'll do something absolutely wonderful out of nothing, but then she will also do kind of quite crazy things as well, like that, which just builds pressure. We don't need to be throwing 15-metre passes bouncing on the floor when you're on your 5-metre line. France are ahead. Slow it down, calm it down. They don't need to be taking the risks at the minute that they're taking.
Big moment then for England if they're going to get a sniff at a victory here. Here's the big push. There's Ferrer on the floor. She looks like she's a bit stuck there. Cockayne has it up the jumper. She's still going. Amy Cockayne has the ball. Has she touched down? She gets the try. And England needed that fixture. They're not in a leading position yet, but they're working their way back up the scoreboard.
And that all came from their pressure, came from a massive amount of pressure in defence, managed to force French mistakes, get the line out. Excellent work, really good work here. So the French actually initially did well to stop it, but then there was a lot of kind of weight and kind of power behind that.
I think it was actually Poppy Cleal who went over for that one. The ball had been passed through the hands. So it's Saracens' Poppy Cleal. Oh, she loves scoring a try. That's her 14th now in an England shirt. And she scored 4 tries in the Six Nations as well. Loves going over the whitewash.
Harrison will be disappointed with that one because every point is counting at the minute. As that clock is going down, less than 10 minutes to go, every point counts.
Well, there's 8 points in this fixture now with 10 minutes left to play. Poppy Cleal there, just taking in a little bit of oxygen. We were talking in the build-up just how multi-talented she is. It is also worth remembering she's also got a cap for England, I think playing prop as well. I think the only positions she hasn't played is a loose head and hooker. She's done everything in the pack. Penalty to England, that will be welcome.
Key moment as well. What they want to do is take away any momentum France are building. Anytime they're picking up the pace, England are going to want to stop that, slow it down so that they can compose themselves. They know how to finish games out. This is a world-class side. England, you know, #1 in the world, and they'll be wanting to finish the game strong and clinical.
Just another reminder that, yes, England are #1 in the world, but if France win this, they will not be. It will go back to New Zealand. England need the victory to hold on to top spot. Strong take in the air by Mellon Mills. Here comes Packett. Hunt. Good support there on her shoulders. Hunt again. Here's Cleal. Hunt manages to shift it out to Rowland. That's a nice running line by Scarrett. Would we expect anything else? Rowland out to Harrison. Well, warning they're going into Ménager to get her mitts off. Hunt decides to keep out on that far side there. Kildun and straight into the arms of Ferrer, but still going. This is nice from Kildun, breaks through from absolutely nothing, and the Wasp player touches down to make this a very exciting contest as we close in now on that full-time whistle.
We know she's quick, but look at this leg drive, and she just won't give up. She's been hit high, she's wiggling her way round, and then just leg drive and belief to get through. And I think excellent work there, just such good strength. Initial footwork, gets hit, put off balance, but just keeps going, sinks her body height down, and McDonald giving her the extra kind of push that she needs to go through.
Yeah, credit there to Claudia McDonald for the extra little bit of firepower at the end. But Ellie Kildunn now, just 11 tries she scored for England, and she's when I say she scored 11 tries, remember she's only 21 years old and this is only her 11th cap. That's not bad.
That's insane stats.
That's Emily Scarrett lining up the kicks now for England, converting them, and there is just 1 point in this game. France are starting to fade, England are starting to wake up.
The substitutions could have been one of the best calls that have been made. They've really made a difference to this game, upping the intensity. France are just going to have to work so much harder not to throw it away. 6 minutes to keep this lead, to get ahead, and to try and get the win.
Roden, right boot. So out on the far side, don't forget Helena Rowland. There she is, running along quite calmly. 21 years old. To the manor born.
Yes, that's you. Thank you. In and set, I want you in. Thank you.
Oh, Ferrer just lost that slightly. Just flew through her fingers. And England get another shot, but then it's the mistake comes from England as well. So they'll come back from Ferrer, who lost it, forward at the line out. England scrum.
For both teams now, every time they get the ball, every tackle, every little thing is just huge. So, you know, there might only be 1-2 line-outs. They need to make sure they're nailing them and then keeping so much focus as the tension builds.
Simon Middleton actually commented earlier in the week at one of his press conferences that he doesn't give the hairdryer treatment to England because he's learnt it doesn't work, but I'd love to know what was said at half-time.
Bind. Set.
You can see there the shirt of number 21, Natasha Hunt. She actually had a positive COVID test ahead of their final Six Nations fixture with Italy 3 weeks ago. So she's been going through the process of returning to play.
Both sides, yeah? Hold that weight.
She was hugely frustrated. She worked really hard to get herself into the position, fighting for that starting spot in England. It's a lovely contest at the moment between her and Leanne Riley, also Claudia McDonald hot on the heels as well.
Bind. Set.
Oh, you can hear the screams, the shouts. England get the penalty, and what a time to get it.
So important. The scrum time over the last 2 games has not been in their favour, but if you're going to get one, now's the time to do it. 1 point down against France.
There's Laura Keats just watching on. What a comeback she's had from her injury. She's been given out huge credit to the likes of the University of Birmingham, English Institute of Sport and Worcester for getting her back in an England shirt. There she is, packing down and making the difference.
And it's a much stronger scrum as well. You can see their setup, everything about them is a lot squarer. They're not being wheeled round, and yeah, what a moment as well.
Ball goes in. What a time for Coumba Diallo to get a hand to that ball. Kildunn clears. Nice stuff from the French. Goes out of play on the far side, and they know how important that was. This is a 1-point game with just 2.5 minutes to play.
9 out of 10 times England go over there, and then you know, they score. We get a cocaine type of try in there. So hugely important to come away from there.
Millar Mills to Hunt. Finds Rowland. Harrison is there. Nice pass there to McKenna. Hunt finds down the line. Drouin. Sorry, Kildun. Hunt. It's Harrison now. Referee happy for this one to continue. Clear. The clock is against England at the moment as Rowland manages to find Kildun. Here's Keats.
7 away. And then expect it to roll.
Mills supporting her shoulders. And Ina Perry is there as well. That's a fuss. What a take there by Sarah Beckett. Here's Rowland. We're into the final minute here. France are 1 point up on the board. Can they hold on to this for a famous victory at Twickenham? 4 years since they last won here. Cockayne now to Beckett again. Here's Packer. There's a long way still for England to travel here to either get to the try line or set up a drop goal. Calm heads required from both sides here. England flying over the top. Hunt is there. Beckett who took that on again. This time to Rowland. They're keeping it really tight at the moment. They're not quite stretching the edges of the field for now. The clock is red. Anything that goes down now, and this will be a French victory, unless England can find the points. This is going to be the biggest defensive shift you'll ever see from France. Packer around the corner. Cleo. Warning there for England just to be a little bit careful. There's a French player who's stuck in there at the moment. It's Sochat. And there's the penalty. Is that going to be the match? They've got a free shot here, knowing they can go for something special, but the penalty is there for England.
Number 2. You fell that side of the tackle and you need to get out. You're trapping the ball.
Agatha Sochat. She's hurt herself in the process. She's got cramp. And I think this might be an Emily Scarratt special.
Heartbreak for France there, because they were defending so well without giving penalties away, because they know if there's one woman who's going to nail a kick at this moment, it's Emily Scarratt.
Well, she takes a sip on her water bottle, Emily Scarratt. And she will be very happy to take this conversion. Oh, that was a Sochat who was stuck in there. She was in a really difficult body position.
Harsh penalty, actually, because I think I'd struggled to see how she'd be able to roll away any more than she did. She put her hands back, she moved across, so slightly harsh penalty there.
Emily Scarratt to take the glory for England. Never in doubt. Total disappointment there for the French as England notch up a 7th win in a row against Les Bleus. And with the World Cup less than a year away, the Red Roses, they're just growing in confidence ahead of that Pool C clash. But France will be absolutely devastated. That game surely was theirs.
They'll be hugely devastated with that, because they did so well for so much of it. They'd actually turned up. But then, I mean, in terms of someone watching as a neutral, brilliant, brilliant game.
Full time then, England 25, France 23.